everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to get into my Mermaid Beachy Wave hair tutorial. Many of you guys have been asking me about this hair tutorial and I've been wearing it in several of my recent videos, and so many of you guys have asked me, please create a tutorial on how you get your hair like that. So here we are. I'm going to be using this. This is the key, you guys. This is the key. So this is from Bondi Boost and I have loved this. This is a larger barrel and it's taken me a minute to kind of get used to it. And that's the reason why you guys have been seeing this hair tutorial for a while now, because I've really wanted to kind of get used to it, learn some tips and tricks on how to use it so that I could share those tips with you guys. So I hope that you guys are excited about this tutorial, but without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into my Beachy Wave mermaid hairstyle. Let's jump into this hair tutorial. It's gonna be easy. I take several steps, but the nice thing about these steps is that I don't have to mess with my hair for a couple of days. So the few extra steps I have to take makes it worth it. Now, this is my natural hair. So nothing in it. It's just natural. And all I did was wash it last night and blow dry it, went to bed, and this is how it looks. I have kind of a little bit more fine hair. It's thicker but fine. That's kind of my issue. So I don't really have a lot of volume unless I go like this, but obviously that doesn't last very long. So I have to create volume in my hair. So we're gonna go through a few products that are my absolute favorite, and I've shared them before, but I wanted to share them in this video to show you guys what I use to kind of lift my hair and give me some volume. So the first, number one, most important product is this. This is from Big Sexy Hair. I get this from Ulta or the beauty supply store because I have a license, but this is the Power Play LITE, and this stuff is mind-boggling how good it is. Now, don't get the regular one. The LITE one is the best. The regular one kind of gets a little bit gummy in my hair, so always get the LITE. The LITE is fantastic. So it's kind of like a powder volume. It's a real thick powder. It's almost like a dry shampoo, but in a powder form. It's fabulous. Because I'm going to be putting in some clip-in hair extensions, I have them all sitting right here. I am going to put some volume in the back, throughout the sides, and around the crown. So I'm just gonna grab this section of my hair and kind of take this section right back here. So I'm going to section it like this. Not only does it kind of give me some grip to grip the extensions to, but it also gives me some volume. I need more of this. I'm almost out of it. All right, now this is when I tip my head over and scrub it into my scalp. Not harsh, it's not like I'm digging my nails into it, but I rub it with my fingertips into my scalp. So what that does is it ensures that it's nice and blended into your hair so that you can't see any of the powder sitting on the hair. So then I take this is from Living Proof. This is the Texture Volumizer. I think it's called Amp 2, and it's in a cream paste, and I take this, rub it in between my fingers, and I do the exact same thing. So I have it in my fingers, tip my hand under, and put it right at the base of my roots, pretty much in this area. Now, between those two products, I have essentially kind of dirtied up the hair a little bit. You guys always know that when you freshly wash your hair, especially if you have more fine hair, it's really hard to get that volume and then not only get it, but keep it. So those products are like my holy grail. Now I go ahead and spray some texture spray. So I've been using this. This is actually almost gone, and I do enjoy this. It's a little pricey, but I do like it. It's a dry finishing spray, but it's a texture wave. This is from Uemura, I think is how you pronounce it. But this is the texture wave, and I really like this. So it kind of gives the hair down here texture. So I just kind of pull and lift my hair up and spray it into the hair on both sides. So now I'm getting some texture in my hair, and it's not as fine and thin as it was when I started. Everybody's been asking me what I've been using to kind of create the waves in my hair. I first bought this one, which this one is a 22-inch. It has a little engraving right there where it says 22. and I don't love this. It's a little bit too small for me. And so I decided to kind of do some research, and I ended up buying this one from Bondi Boost. You can see right there where it says 32. So this one is much heavier, much bigger, and the waves are so much bigger on this, and I absolutely love this. The first thing I will say that I love about this is how long the cord is, you guys. The cord is fabulous. So I just push the middle button and it turns on. You can turn it up or down. So I'm going to turn it to, it goes up to 200 Celsius. I'm going to turn it to 200. So while that's heating up, I have two different type of extensions. I have these clip-in extensions. They're kind of a mess because I just washed them last night, and I do not blow dry these. Like, I have learned the hard way. If I want to keep my clip-ins nice, I don't blow dry them. Because I'm putting a lot of heat on them by curling them and stuff, if you can stop from, you know, blow drying them, I would recommend that. And also using a really good oil serum that will keep them moisturized and healthy. So I've been using this from Kerastase. This is the Elixir Ultimate. It's a multi-use versatile beautifying oil. I'll just put a pump in my hand and just rub it through, and it'll kind of get them nice and shiny. Because these extensions won't last as long if you don't keep them oiled. They really need oil. They need like love, and you don't want to wash them very often. I've had these for about a month and a half maybe now, and that's the first time I've washed them. So the one thing you don't want to do is wash them too much because it will dry them out. So these are from Luxie Hair. They have different ones. They have the volume weft, which is what these are. They also have the seamless, which the seamless means that the weft right here is much thinner and lays a little bit flatter. But I kind of, you know, I've had both. I started with the seamless, and I liked them, but I think I like the volume more for my hair anyway. Now I also have one of these. This is called a Halo clip-in extension. I got this one from Tess Hair, and they actually sent this to me, and I really like this. This is really nice. The hair is fabulous. Like, I'm really impressed with how thick this halo piece is. And the halo piece right here is basically an invisible band that you kind of set right around here. And you know, you kind of pull your hair over the band so you really can't see the band, but it gives you the volume at the bottom. And this comes with an adjustable band on it, so you can adjust it to fit your head. And I'm really impressed with the quality of this. So if you guys are interested in a halo, I will leave a link to this in the description box. This is a nice halo. I mean, the hair feels wonderful, and it's nice and thick. I was really impressed. And this shade matches me perfectly. So I will leave this shade of what this halo hair is and the coupon code in the description box down below, because if you guys are in the market for a halo, this is fabulous hair. I love how thick it feels, and I love the lace work on this. So you can see it's got some nice detail on the lace. Like, this is a really good quality halo. I've seen some crappy quality halos, you guys. Crappy. I ordered one probably about 2 years ago, and the quality was, horrific. This, on the other hand, this is high quality. This is high quality hair. And what I like about it is the ends are really thick too. A lot of the times when you get a halo, it'll be thick right up here, but once you get towards the ends, it's not as thick. That's how I automatically knew that this was a really good halo hair. Okay, so now we're gonna start using the actual iron. I'm actually gonna turn this down. I'm gonna turn it down to like 180. I feel like 200 might be a little too hot, but I like to start with a little bit of hair, just because you have better control if you're doing smaller sections. Now I'm gonna section this into 2 pieces, and then I'm gonna take the barrel and I'm going to clamp it, but I'm gonna lift up, because if you don't, you will get a line, which I'm gonna show you guys that in just a minute. So you don't need to leave it on very long, and I just kind of go down the hair, and that's one piece. Now, when I say the crimper, see this little bar? I'm going to show you on the smaller one that's not hot. See right here? This is the crimp right here. If you don't tip it up, you will get that crimp in the hair. And you definitely, the bottom's not going to matter as much, but I say do it so that you're in the habit of it, doing it all the time, because where you're going to see it is on the top of your hair. crimp it, pull up, lift up on the barrel. And then you just kind of line it up to where that curl is. And you'll get used to where you're gonna put the curl. So I only go down about one barrel, and then I line it up. I've done it so much that I've been able to line it up pretty decent, but you just want to be careful. I mean, and here's the thing, it's gonna take practice. Like when I first started doing this, it would take me a minute to figure out exactly where the curls should be, where the barrel should go. But as you do it, you figure it out. So I just pull, once I pull out, I go down one and then crimp it. Pull out, go down one and crimp it. So some of the pieces might be getting curled twice, but that's okay because you're not leaving it in very long. So basically some of the curls might be getting crimped twice, if that makes sense. So here I am, I'm lifted up. See this little piece that's showing? I'm going to move it down where that piece is going to now be on the top. So this piece showing right here, when I move it, it's now going to be right here. Moving it down, that piece is right here. Now at the bottom, you want the ends of the curl to go right in between here. Sometimes that doesn't always happen, and that's okay. You can fix some of the pieces that maybe don't look the best at the end of it. So this is what it looks like right now. Because this is freshly washed extensions, I'm going to spray some of that dry texture spray into it. I could zoom you guys out a little bit. I'm a little too close to the camera. So as you can see, the part that I already did, I just clipped it in a little wire clip like this, where it won't kind of crease your hair. So if you have one of those, then those are awesome. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to section it, do about this much hair right here, crimp it. So again, tip the crimp up, like tip it up, because that line is not fun to get out. It's so hard, especially if you get it on the front of your hair. Oh, it is so much of a pain in the butt, you guys, seriously. And it's so easy to do that piece. Like, look how easy that was. So easy. And it doesn't have to be perfect because that's kind of the beachy wave look. You'll notice that I might have some wonky pieces, and that's totally fine. That's kind of the point. So now if you wanted, you could totally set this on the lowest setting, the lowest heat setting, and kind of practice, or you could do it when it's not on. I would recommend when you're first starting out, maybe just do it without it on and just kind of play around with it. Kind of get to know it, get to know how it feels, get to know where you're going to put the placement of the curl. And that will really help you when you actually turn it on and try it out. See how this piece right here, this is now at the top. Now this is some of my real hair. Now remember, I'm actually crimping my real hair into the extensions. So that will be nice to blend your real hair into the extensions. And I just kind of gently do the front. I don't do it very long in the front. Okay, so now this is what it's looking like so far. So this is one of my front pieces. So this is where you really want to watch it. So I go in, clip it, and pull up. I love this 3-barrel waver though. It is fabulous. It's seriously one of the best I've used. I think you can get it for like $50 some. They ship out really fast. I remember ordering mine and got it in like a couple of days. Now for the back's a little tricky. The back, I do the exact same thing, but I just come in like this. But you're holding it up. Kind of tip it forward so you don't get that clamp. And then line it up. It's a little bit harder to do the back. So then I kind of pull it out because I can't go all the way up. Then I kind of pull it out and come in and just clip it where I think it is. It doesn't really matter though. Like I said, this is kind of a messy, like beachy wave. So if it's not perfect, it's fine. But the back's a little bit harder to do. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, if you can kind of get those first few crimps in right at the base and then let go of it and then pull it to the side and finish the rest of it, then you're good. Okay, so now this is just the top of my crown. So I just kind of let it fly, like come down and kind of create its own part. I normally let my hair part itself. When I try to manipulate it the way I want it, it never works out. So I have given up and let it do what it wants. This section right here that will lay towards my back, I do it on the side because it's really important to make sure that these top pieces are more perfected than the bottom pieces are, because obviously you're going to see it more. And then hold up. The trick is making sure that the ends are in the middle barrel and holding up. Now the trick that I've noticed when you're doing these shorter pieces, or if you have shorter hair, don't let go of the hair. So with the longer pieces, you can kind of let go of the hair, but with the shorter pieces, it's a lot easier to have control if you don't let go of it. So holding on to the hair while it's being crimped, that's going to be the key. So this is what it's looking like so far, and it blends really good. But what I don't like is I don't like some of these straight pieces. So I'm going to show you how you can fix that without having to go into the actual crimper. Okay, so now this is what we're left with. Now, you could leave it like this because I have extensions and I want these ends to blend into the extensions a little bit better, and I want the sides to have a little bit different of a look. I grab my T3 wand. This is the 1-inch barrel, and I love any 1-inch barrel that you have. If you have I think the barrel gives you a little bit more of the mermaid look, more so than a 1-inch curling iron. But if all you have is a 1-inch curling iron, then use the 1-inch curling iron. So then I go in and I grab small little pieces, and it will make the biggest difference. So I go in and grab it, and I wrap the hair all the way around. So not leaving anything on the outside. And I will pretty much put many of those into this front piece. You want the front to be a little bit more perfected. So I just go in and wrap several little teeny sections. You want to take smaller little sections, and it will just blend it into this barrel curler so much better than just leaving it with the barrel curler. I come in and I grab this very front piece right here, and I do the exact same thing with that front piece, which is one reason why I wasn't too particular about the barrel curler, is because I wanted to wrap it with this curling iron. Now, I like it when I have done the barrel curler, because some people will say, well, why not just curl the hair with the wand on the top section? If you do that, it doesn't quite blend into the barrel curl as well. So using the barrel curler all the way around the hair, and then using this to kind of take little bit sections and just kind of break up some of those pieces, that to me works so much better than just using this all over the top, if that makes sense. So you want it to be mostly the barrel curler with a little bit of the wand. So you can see this side looks a little bit more perfected. This side is just a little bit more kind of messy. You know what I mean? You can see the difference. This one looks a little bit more perfected. Now you could totally leave it like this. You could leave it like this and wear it like this. I mean, I think it's super cute, but I prefer it to be a little bit more perfected. Like this right here. See this? It's kind of stringy looking. Those are the pieces that I'm going to look to kind of break it up. And you want to make sure that you're wrapping that final piece all the way around the barrel. You know how sometimes when you're using a wand, you know, you leave like maybe an inch or something or ½ inch on the end of the barrel? I go ahead and wrap the hair all the way around the barrel. And also not leaving it in very long, because I don't want it to be super curly. All I'm doing is just breaking up some of this. Now from this point, you can kind of finesse it and do whatever you're wanting to do with it. I go in with some hairspray. I don't love this part, but I'm stuck with it for a minute, so it is what it is. So I kind of just like scrunch it with my hand after I spray it. And that will kind of give you a little bit of that messier look. So now I'm going to turn you guys around so you can see what this looks like in the back. I haven't really even seen it in the back, so hopefully it looks good. But hopefully it blends really good. We'll see. And then this is what it looks like towards the sides. And again, we kind of have some straight pieces here, and it's totally fine. Like, that's kind of the look. That is the full tutorial on how I use this 3-barrel curler and some of the tips that I have found along the way to really make this barrel work. And any barrel curler that you use, no matter what size you're using, I recommend those tips because they're just going to give you the best results. You don't want a line right here, and I've made that mistake. And if you make that mistake, have your straightener handy. Your straightener, you can kind of go right up there and straighten it out a little bit. It'll kind of get rid of that bend, but it will become a serious line. So that to me is the one thing that you have to really be cautious when you're using a 3-barrel waver. Everything else is very easy. It just takes a minute to kind of get used to where the placement is and how you place it, and you know, what kind of curl you're going to get based on that placement. But as long as you know to lift up so that you're not creating that bend in the hair, it's easy peasy after that. Now, recently, I have been kind of taking my hair like this and grabbing this section right here, twisting it in a knot, like this, twisting it in a knot, and then pinning some bobby pins to kind of make a cute little top knot. And with this, you can pretty much do whatever you want. What I love about this is that it lasts me several days where I don't have to worry about redoing my hair and curling it every day. The only thing that I will do is that once I put the extensions back in, I will go through and just grab a few of the pieces that maybe need a little bit extra attention with this. But I normally never reach for this again because I truly really don't need it. The extensions hold the curl really well. And if you guys decide to pick up a halo, I am obsessed with this. That's it for the Beachy Wave hair tutorial. Sound off down below. Have you guys picked up a 3-barrel waver? Do you love it? What do you love about it? Do you not like it? What don't you like about it? Like, sound off down below. Let us know how you guys are feeling. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you guys. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.